could hardly get her heart to beat, so she licked salt like a deer. Take the tops off the shavers and spread the salt out of the restaurant. Lick it up right there. Anything to get the blood working through her murmuring heart. She was a little thing, and her hair laid flat. She stood like an Indian against wooden shacks when other kids were playing. With a sneer so crafty she could say she wasn't even looking at me. It was just the sun in her eyes. She didn't know anybody at all. Because she was always so distracted by her spastic blood flow.
You're telling stories.
The moral of the story, when we get to the end of it, is you got to listen to the Otleys when they hallucinate. That's all they ever do.
Do you have more?
Sure. Our sister was so fearful of outsiders, she didn't even have an imaginary friend. I thought she did have something invisible of her own for a long time because she'd keep sneaking off to the kinds of places cats go to have babies.
You can't know what a girl like that would be thinking on her own.
I followed her to a refrigerator box in a drawer under the L. I expected her to be talking, but she was just sitting there squeezing her fists like this to get her heartbeat out of her. She was afraid to die because she never heard about angels having families and thought she'd be asking dumb, back-assword questions at the wrong times, making conversation for all eternity. Heaven might as well be hell then. She never made it out of her teens.
I can't be her wife. Not on those terms.
That's the Otley sister. Pumping like mad, remembered, half imaginary.
It's too much for a person outside of a story.
Sheila. Of course a woman doesn't have to be a man's brother to be his wife, but you have to be my sister to be Ot's wife. That's the way that works. You want this? Will you forswear everybody else, even imaginary friends, to be my dead sister and my dead brother's wife? Are you in? Are you in the family?
I gotta work it out.
Let's hurry. They could kick us out. He's spraying on his clothes.
This won't take long. Just words this time.
Home is the sailor. This is your 96th tier brother. I love you, Walt.
There's no way we're gonna get this one.
No, man, it's getting faster the closer we get.
Here it goes. 96 tier equals what? Come on, that song. You're going to cry, 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 cry. Too many teardrops for one heart to carry.
What about it? Why 96?
Last tier, last clue, last note. This is it.
Lots of beer went into that clue.
The song was released the year I was born. Who sings it? Question mark and the Mysterians. Mysterian equals what? That's clear. We're in the Mysterian place right now, in the graveyard. Question mark, that's a shape. People, let's have a look at that map. If we trace out where we've come, from where we started in Maspeth, across the Queensboro Bridge, over by Port Authority, the west side, across the channel, what's that shape?
It's a backwards question.
So simple as it leaves.
Tell us he's on fire.
What's a backwards question? A question that's in the shape of a question, but in code. So when you get to where Walt is, you don't get the right answer, but you get the right question. Why are you such a fuck-up, Walt? That's the question. Now we're ready for where it leads. Where would the dot be under a giant question mark hovering over the city?
All the way down at the bottom is...
Take it below average.
Coney Island!
Yes!
Great. Where then?
This is the last clue, so it must be exact. 96. The address.
There's no Tier Street, not on Coney Island. No. Tears, salt,
in tears, blinking through tears, drowning in tears, surrounded by the ocean.
Well, there's Neptune Avenue, a mermaid, Oceanside.
Tears. Water you look through. Ocean view.
96 Ocean View Avenue.
Oh, B, if you had a car, I'd wash it for you.
Makes perfect sense. Look at what it looks out on.
Craves End Day.
Yikes.
Sky's getting light. We only got about an hour.
3 tokens.
As much as I would like to go down to Coney to make it a psycho in the dark, I mean that, it's better than the cyclone, but, well, I'm older than you are, more now.
Where will you go? Don't tell me.
I got an ad in Sunset Park that'll give me Spanish rice any time of the night.
They know we're here.
The circa BMC, and your train is only a block away.
This is the last leg. You're not scared?
I want to be.
I never get to Coney.
Drop the tokens. Dead on his feet.
I feel bad about taking him, but I didn't want to leave him with Teo just in case his aunt is not an aunt.
Yeah, and we don't know how much trouble this will be. Younger man might help.
I suspect that whatever it is will be hard, but kind of simple. Like a one-word answer. Yes or no, dead or alive.
I ask you again, man, don't be far gone. Think about having your wife back.
Too late! Walt's got me, BB, right where he wants me.
You moved out of that house.
Yeah, that's the catch. When I got away, I tried to turn myself into a couple of ideas I had. Worker, date, whatever. Hoping somebody would say, and that's the same idea I had. Sheila said that. And when we talked to each other, it was just songs off the radio. No good.
Oh, I know Sheila better than that.
Sheila does things on the spur of the moment. My trick was to get her to do something permanent on
Well,
impulse.
Sheila's no fool.
Not by and large, but no man before me ever concentrated so hard on every single line he sold her, not even loan officers, not subscription callers. So I made stuff up and gave it to her. Walt hasn't made up anything. He's crying for Christ's sake.
Maybe he kidnapped your
He'll
wife.
pay, no doubt about it. Still, it's him I need to find, not Sheila. Tell her these things for me, please.
You can't come back from what you said tonight.